ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our Iskcon official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss first chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto. So we have completed 4th canto. Now we will start from 5th canto, in which there is description of activities of Maharaj Priyavrata. Maharaj Priyavrata is the eldest son of Swayambhu Manu. We have been hearing about the descendants of Swayambhu Manu, who is the first Manu, up to 4th canto. Now in 5th canto also, the eldest son of Swayambhu Manu, his life history is being described. Very famous, we'll see. This chapter describes how King Priyavrata enjoyed royal opulence and majesty and then returned to full knowledge. King Priyavrata was detached from worldly opulence and then he became attached to his kingdom, but finally he again became detached from material enjoyment and thus achieved liberation. This thing will be described here in this chapter. When King Parikshit heard about this, he was struck with wonder, but he was somewhat bewildered as to how a devotee with no attachment for material enjoyment could later become attached to it. Thus, in astonishment, he asked this question to Sridhar Goswami in text 1. So King Parikshit inquired from Sridhar Goswami, O great sage, why did King Priyavrata, who was a great self-realized devotee of the Lord, remain in household life, which is the root cause of the bondage of karma, that is fruitive activities, and which defeats the mission of human life? He was having this doubt. So in response to the king's inquiries, Sukadeva Goswami said, the devotional service being transcendental cannot be deviated by any material influences. Priyavrata had received transcendental knowledge from the instructions of Narada, and therefore he didn't want to enter a materialistic life of enjoyment in a kingdom. He accepted the kingdom, however, at the request of such superior demigods as Lord Brahma and Lord Indra, the king of heaven. In verse 6 it is stated, Sukadeva Goswami said, what you have said is correct. The glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is praised in eloquent transcendental verses by such exalted personalities as Brahma, are very pleasing to great devotees and liberated persons. One who is attached to the nectarian honey of the Lord's lotus feet and whose mind is always absorbed in his glories may sometimes be checked by some impediment, but he still never gives up the exalted position he has acquired. Everything is under the control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Controller, and everyone must work accordingly. Just as a bull is controlled by a rope tied to its nose, as all conditioned souls are forced to work under the spells of the modes of nature. A civilized man, therefore, works according to the institution of Varna and Ashram. Even in materialistic life, however, no one is free to act. Everyone is compelled to accept a certain type of body offered by the Supreme Lord, and thus be allotted different grades of happiness and distress. So in text 12 it is stated, Na tasya kasya tapasa vidyava, na yoga virjena, na manisayava, naivartha dharmehi paratha sutova, kritam vihantum tanubhrut vibhruyat. It is stated by Lord Brahma to Priyavrata, who was not returning to household life, staying in renounced order. So its meaning is that one cannot avoid the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not by the strength of severe austerities and exalted Vedic education or the power of mystic yoga, physical prowess or intellectual activities, nor can one use his power of religion, his material opulence or any other means, either by himself or with the help of others, to defy the orders of the Supreme Lord. That is not possible for any living being, from Brahma down to the ant. Brahma says this. In the purport, Prabhupada Maharaj says, quotes from Srila Rupa Goswami's statement, that very clear conception of intelligence. What is real intelligence? Anukulyasya visayan jataram upanjundasya anasaktasya visayan jataram upanjundataha nirbandha krishna samandhe yukta vairagam uchyate. Yukta vairagam. Visayan means material affairs should be accepted without attachment, and everything should be devoted with the service of the Lord. That is real intelligence. Manisha, this word is used in this verse. Manisha. So in verse 17, Brahma says, Bhayam pramatasya banesu api syat jata swaste sasatsa patnaha jitendriyasya atma ratir buddhasya grihasrama king nu karoti abhadyam. Everyone has 6 wives. Everyone has 6 wives. Even if he goes from the forest to forest, one who is not self-controlled must always fear material bondage, because he is having with 6 co-wives. 6 co-wives. The mind and knowledge, acquiring senses, even household life, however, cannot harm a self-satisfied learned man who has conquered his senses. Siddha Swami in his purport says, Nanu gruhe vartamanasya bhogan bhunjanasya kuto mukhyo. Staying in household life and enjoying the material world, enjoying so for enjoyment, how will be liberated? Mukhyo. Atha tat tyagena vanavasa eva yukta tatra. So he should give up that and stay in how forest. In that way, this verse is stated. So, when Maharaj Priyavrata, following the instructions of Lord Brahma, accepted the royal throne, his father Manu left home. Manu means this first Manu, Swayambhu Manu, left home for the forest. Maharaj Priyavrata then married Bharismati, the daughter of Vishwakarma. In the womb of Bharismati, he begot 10 sons, named, these names are very important, because they are the rulers of 7 islands. Agnidra, Idma Jiva, Jagya Bahu, Mahavira, Hiranyareta, Grita Prastha, Shravana, Medhatiti, Vitihotra, and Kavi. He also begat one daughter whose name was Urjaswati. Maharaj Priyavrata lived with his wife and family for many thousands of years. Thousands of years. The impressions from the rims of Maharaj Priyavrata's chariot wheel created 7 oceans and 7 islands. Previous to that, it was not there. The only undivided Bhumandala. But he divided it into 6 islands and 6 oceans. Why? Because when sun is in one side, the other side is dark. So he thought people will waste their time in Nidra Naktam, in sleeping during night time. So he created a second sun. He himself became a second sun. And when sun is away, he came to that place. So throughout the Bhumandala, throughout the earth, there was always daytime, no night time. So in this process, while his chariot was moving, so there were creation of the 7 islands and 7 oceans. The names of islands are Jambu. We are in Jambu Deepa. Jambu, Praksha, Sharmali, Kusa, Krauncha, Shaka, and Puskar. Each island is twice as large as the one preceding it, and each is surrounded by a liquid substance, beyond which is the next island. So, all these things will be described in detail in 5th canto, 20th chapter. So there is also 7 oceans corresponding to these islands. 7 oceans respectively contain salt water. We are under the salt, within the salt water, Jambu Deepa. There is sugarcane juice, liquor, clarified butter, milk, emulsified yogurt, and sweet drinking water. These are the islands, 7 oceans. Uh, All the islands are completely surrounded by these oceans, and each ocean is equal in breadth to the island it surrounds. Maharaj Priyavrata, the husband of Queen Bharismati, gave sovereignty over those islands to his respective sons, namely Agnidhra, Idmajuha, Jagyabahu, Hiranareta, Grita Pristha, Medhatiti, and Vitivatra. The 7 persons, very important, because 7 islands, they are the rulers. Thus they all became kings by the order of their father. Of the 10 sons of Priyavrata, 3 sons named Kabi, Mahavira, and Savana accepted sannyas, the fourth order of life, and the remaining 7 sons became the rulers of the 7 islands. Maharaj Priyavrata also had a second wife, in whom he begot 3 sons, very important, named Uttama, Raivata, and Tamasa. All of them were elevated to the post of Manu. These are 3 Manus, successive Manus. First Manu is Swayambhuva, second is Swarvachisa, then Uttama, then Tamasa, then Raivata. Uttama, then Raivata, then Tamasa. Tamasa is fourth Manu, then Uttama is fifth Manu, and you have to see, but this is the Kram, this is the order, serial. So, in this way, it is stated that no one but the Supreme Personality of Godhead could do what Maharaj Priyavrata has done. Maharaj Priyavrata dissipated the darkness of night, and with the reins of his great chariot, he excavated 7 oceans. No one can surpass Priyavrata's activities. So thank you very much for listening to this lecture, and please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like our channel, and get the blessings of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.